Man, oh man, I don't know how much more Warhammer and its loyal fans can take at this point. To be fair, I know that the Warhammer fandom is great many people who have spent years and years collecting miniatures and learning the lore and spending time invested in the hobby with, you know, hundreds and thousands of figurines and thousands of dollars invested in it. But unfortunately, Warhammer just seems to be too infected to be saved at this point. Now, I'm not saying to give up, I just don't think it looks very positive. So we've seen this where they've gaslighted people, changed the lore, tried to make female Adeptus Custodes a thing, say it's always been a thing, say you're a bigot if you don't like it. Then we started hearing rumors that Henry Cavill, who's supposed to be producing and starring in the Warhammer show for Amazon, is not happy with this decision. He is not thrilled with this. He doesn't like the fact that they're changing the lore. He wants to walk, but he can't. He's probably contractually obligated to stay. And again, that could be a rumor. It could just be Games Workshop trying to throw shade at Amazon, saying, Amazon made us do this. We didn't want to do this to the fans. This wasn't our choice. They wanted a way to have a female space marine, so we tried to write this into the lore to make them happy. But then, we've also seen things recently where they put Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad, into the Black Library novels. And this is like the most unhinged thing I've ever seen, where you take a guy who is just a socio-political commentator. He was heavily invested in the whole Gamergate controversy. He was just one of the people that was involved in that the first go around. And you actually write him into the books as a character, Sargon a god. And of course, Carl Benjamin tweeted it back out and said, I'm officially canon in the Warhammer universe. I mean, pretty funny stuff. And the funny part about it is Mike Brooks, who wrote it, made Carl seem pretty awesome, kind of like badass, as far as the villain goes. So even that was kind of a, it blew up in their face because it just makes it seem even funnier at this point, like how unhinged these people are. But now we're seeing things about this. And this apparently is the sequel to the Space Marine game that is supposed to be being written by, let's just say, a diversity hire. This person, Wagon Burner on Twitter, says, Space Marine 2 looks to be written by a DEI hire. Sorry, Warhammer 40k fans, looks like the game might not be what you think it'll be. Good luck, people. Thanks, Warhammer. And what he's talking about is the fact that the person who is heading up the writing on Space Marine 2 apparently is somebody named Ashley Cooper, who is a senior writer for the game. Ashley Cooper, this seems to be a thing we've noticed with community managers, with a lot of people who get invested over at Wizards of the Coast, over at Games Workshop, working on BattleTech. A lot of people involved in these tabletop games that have been infiltrated by the woke ideology, the woke mind virus as they call it, also seem to have this identity crisis that they're going through, where they all seem to have the trans flag in the bio. Very interesting. So Ashley Cooper has famously in the past, and these are old tweets, but let's not discount them right away, and you'll see why in a second, said things like, let's not cast cis white men and stuff for a year and see what happens just for fun. Ironically, saying that as a, well, obviously not a cis white man, but as a white man no less. Sorry, cishet white dudes, comics don't belong to you, comics never belong to you. And this was from 2018, so a little bit more recent. And then things like, I'm a senior writer with experience across mobile, indie, and AAA, currently knee-deep in Tyrannid guts, working on Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Games are for everyone, and representation matters. And this is a much more recent tweet. It certainly looks like that, updated profile picture and all that. And again, it is one of those unfortunate situations where it would seem like this is just another death nail for Warhammer. And I think Asmongold has a pretty good video on this here we can talk about.
Let's see here. Did you guys see that Space Marine 2? Senior writer on Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2. Let's not cast cis white men and stuff for a year and see what happens just for fun. Sorry, cishet white dudes, comics don't belong to you, comics never belong to you.
Now, that's the one that I find very interesting. Comics never belong to you. What does that even mean? Especially, personally, I'm deeply offended by the whole cishet terminology. I think cisgender is a slur. The whole idea of being heteronormative, I'm like, no, there's straight and then there's gay. I'm sorry. Anything else in between is just some weird-ass hogwash.
Superhero every month until our demands are met. Oh, about making different characters.
Yeah, we will claim another superhero a month until our demands are met. And again, that is a direct That is them directly speaking about how every superhero nowadays, especially in modern day Marvel comics, seems to be that characters who've been canonically straight heterosexual characters their entire time that they've been written for the last 70 years in comics are suddenly bisexual for reasons.
Like that. Lots of righties talking about Ashley Cooper. Yeah, these tweets are 3 to 7 years old. What have they done recently?
Oh boy.
If you're going to insist on playing the wizard game, stop bending yourself into a pretzel trying to find a way to explain or justify doing so, and have the conviction to just say, transphobia is not a deal breaker for me.
And again, that was from 2022, okay? So think about that. Back when this whole Hogwarts Legacy boycott was a thing that they attempted, this person was still going on about transphobia and cis heteronormativity.
This is the senior writer for a game of one of the most brutal franchises ever conceived.
So this is the way that I look at it. Would this person try to ruin a person's life if they had tweets that were negative about trans people or about some other type of minority that were 3 to 7 years old? I think the answer is absolutely. I think that in a situation like
and that is, honestly, I'm not going to play any more of it. You can go watch his video on it. But I think that is the point that we have to take away from this, is that this is a person who views you, if you are somebody who is not 100% supportive of their lifestyle, their actions, who wants to virtue signal online and tell them how great and wonderful they are, this is somebody who would rather just see you dead in a ditch somewhere or driven off the internet, unable to get a job, unable to provide for your family, simply because they find your views of their lifestyle so reprehensible that they don't even view you as human anymore. And this person is now in control of the writing for this game for Warhammer, who has gone exceedingly woke in the last few years here. And you can see their old profile here on Twitter has been, deactivated. Their new one is, oh, I'm blocked. Oh, hello. I didn't even realize I was blocked. I just thought it was privated. No, I'm blocked. So I don't even know if they're active on here or not. 43,000 posts. Clearly they're active. Holy crap, I've never even interacted with this person. That's crazy. So yeah, honestly, not much more to say about this. I think Warhammer is pretty well shot at this point. There's maybe, I don't know. I don't know what can be done to save it. It's one of these things where the best thing you can probably do, stop giving them your money. Play with the games that you've already got. Stick with the lore books that you have. Don't buy new products. 3D print your figurines if you want. Find other ways to get together with your friends and enjoy the game. Don't bother giving Games Workshop your money anymore. And then that way they'll have to change, because otherwise, if they don't have enough customers, these people, these ideologically possessed people, are not going to go support them. They're not going to suddenly buy it just because trans person writes story for a video game. They're not. They don't. This is all vapid, empty, narcissistic people who do nothing but virtue signal and screech online, but they don't actually put their money where their mouth is. All right, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think about all this, and I will catch you later. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.